we're back, and we want to come strong into the new year. Remind everybody, again, this is in my opinion type of thing, but we're an advice podcast. And a lot of people out here are going through things or in situations or find themselves in situations they just don't know what to do. So I was listening to this clip from the Breakfast Club, salute to Breakfast Club, and this caller called in and they're in a predicament. And I'm curious to know what advice y'all would give them. Now one. So we'll just listen to it. I'll explain it afterward. But one, we don't want to just play the Breakfast Club one for one, so I might have to pause it at some times, and if need be. And two, also I think they also give some input to the. I'll give you this. It's a young lady, so I'm interested to know whether we agree with their sentiments on the matter. So let's play and see what this person's going through, and if we can help them out or give the what alternative.
Volume warning.
Oh yes. See, that's a good producer right there. Even though the best producer would just make sure the volume's not loud.
All right, explain this to me a little bit more now. So,
Okay,
okay,
so I've been with this boy for like almost 3 years,
okay,
and when I came out of my relationship, he came out of his relationship for a long time,
Okay.
and he still wanted to explore and all that, and we didn't know what we was. So he told me like, "Oh, I'm talking to this one, I'm talking to that one, talking to that one." So it's like, okay, whatever. But time had passed, and he had started moving his stuff into my apartment, and we started establishing things. I work for the city. I put him on my insurance. We started establishing and making plans.
Hmm.
I didn't realize how strong of a connection he was making with other girls.
Hmm.
But then he comes to me one day.
okay. I've heard enough. See,
Pause
that is
it.
all.
Pause it.
No,
I think we all already know. Thank you. Salute to see. Salute to see. So just to recap, the age-old situationship, and it typically is around the time where two people get out of a relationship. Maybe they've been in a relationship for years and now they don't even know what the quote unquote dating market is like. So they're exploring, they're finding themselves, all that stupid jazz. But they bump into somebody that kind of they vibe with and they connect with. So this young lady found a brother, similar situation. They started growing a bond, a connection. But he allegedly told her, hey, I still want to explore. I still want to find some. I just want to, see what's out there. But a lot of women, I don't know, it's not going to be a woman or man bash thing, but a lot of women, be like, okay, that's cool. But, they'll still kind of entertain it. This young lady seems to, go so far as put the brother on her insurance, just so we're all on the same page. Um, let's hear a bit more. Let's not cast any judgments yet, even though there's a lot of things you could say. Play a little bit more.
I'm not his only girl, no.
okay. So, what are you calling here to ask us
Well,
now?
she's upset because she put him on insurance.
I'm
She
not.
thought it was
Well, this is
serious,
just
and
getting
it
off
wasn't
my
serious.
chest. I wasn't asking anything.
Oh, you just mad at yourself for being stupid.
Hey,
Yes,
How old are you?
34.
34 years old.
Jeez, okay, pause it, pause it.
All right.
Holy. Now, we're not ages
Oh,
here, but none of us are
there's
at
no
34
way,
yet.
bro. There's no way.
Oh, Lord have
There's no
mercy.
way, bro.
Real quick question. Do you think this type of situation that a person could find, do you think it is a human like condition, like we're always potentially at risk of falling into this, or do you think this is more of a young man's or a young person's game? Do you think there's an age in which this type of thing shouldn't be happening? What do you think goes?
Uh, you can, no matter what age, there's always gonna be some type of drama between men and women. That I can understand. But when you start bringing insurance into this, when you start talking big, serious money, like living situation, insurance, all that,
Moving in.
you gotta be like 25 is the absolute max that you get a pass. Because if you're past that age and anything like you put them on your insurance, bro, nah, you got it. And just
Yeah.
the lead up, like you didn't know what you were, like you're too old for this. Like and this I'm not
Just
trying to be ageist, but
there we go.
after you're 30, you gotta like I'm not saying you gotta immediately like every single relationship's gotta be marriage, nothing like that, but you gotta be smart about certain things. Like it's just you too old.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Ace. What do you think? Do you think there's no age on falling in love and making mistakes, or do you think it is like that's for the youngsters?
I don't necessarily think there's an age limit, but the weird thing about this is like she seems to have known the whole time that she was making a mistake. Like because of the way she's describing the story, like you already everybody hears the issue. She said the dude was talking to other women and then that just never goes away. That never resolves. She talks about him moving in. She talk,
I,
wait,
want
what
to
about
know
the other
who is
women?
this dude? Is
What'd you
this
say?
like, is this Michael B. Jordan or something, like some millionaire, good-looking
Oh,
actor, bro? Like,
let's be
how,
let's be
how?
clear. There's multiple ways to feed a cat instead of saying skin a cat, shoot a PETA. And there's multiple ways to get with women. Some guys do it through their resources and wealth. Some guys do it with a
Look,
slick talk.
I get it, but you gotta. I don't. He must have been putting a spell on her because you can have game, but there's game, and then there's getting put on someone's insurance. That's a whole.
She's talking about
Ma-
we started establishing stuff. Wait, what about the other women? Like, what are you
okay,
talking?
well, okay.
Spiral bro having
First,
coffee vibes. Like, it's
First of
crazy.
all, let's all slow down here. So, if you're saying like they're conscious of mistake, well, haven't we all like okay, we realize we're not making the most optimal decision, but we continue to go down that path in hope that will lead to the best path. Is that so
34,
unfathomable?
man. 34. Like, you can,
Um,
but
no, but I just again, it's like I would have to hear. Maybe I need to hear more of the interview because the way she's talking, it's like you knew that you knew this was an issue, and you said it yourself. You started establishing stuff. Why would you not establish the critical piece of information if he's gonna if he actually is gonna be single and I mean not single but be with you alone like
Okay, okay. Well, we'll get to like the advice part. Okay, let's hear a bit more. Maybe it gets better.
You know.
It
How
doesn't.
many,
understand it,
how
though.
many yeast infections have you had
Oh,
since y'all
come
been
on.
dating?
I
Come
haven't
on.
had any
I know your
yeast
pH balance is
infections.
always
Oh,
off.
stop it. Come
come
on.
on.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
understand, though, because you put him on insurance. He moved in. You thought it was more serious than it was, and he was still playing the field.
well, see, I want to tell you that you can do
That's
better.
not the point. That's not the part that I'm mad at. The part that I'm mad at is that I have nothing to do with his other relationships, and I'm being accused of being a random girl stalker.
Why would you
Like,
care?
I don't know this girl.
Why would you even care? You shouldn't even
Pause it.
Why
Pause
would
it.
I even care?
Do you? Even I'm starting to be like, what's going on? Uh, do you think that's a valid? That's her main priority. That's her main concern in all this. That it's not so much of the letting the guy move in, letting the situation progress to the point where you feel you want this guy to be integral or a foundation in your life to where you're putting them on your insurance and these type of things. You think it's a big issue that they have to deal with other women because of the guy? What do you think, guys?
I mean I'm confused at this point that shouldn't be the issue but I mean I guess so I guess it is I'm confused like I don't understand the
We're
thought
gonna have to
process
hear
at all.
more. I'm gonna have to hear
What
this
that's the
play out.
problem like
Well, I mean, I'll say some of my thoughts for the end. But real quick, a lot of guys out here, if you are going to be with multiple women, which is a whole different conversation, and I don't ever want to talk about having multiple women because no man, because not even like 99.9% of men are even equipped to deal with that lifestyle. If you are going to pursue that, you gotta have like Nick Cannon. Everybody should be copacetic. Not any of this. They're beef with each other.
yeah.
Anyway, continue to play it.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. You ever been accused of something you absolutely did not do
Yes.
and just super fucking frustrated, but then
Yes.
also super relieved because it's like you never trust me in the beginning, but it's just super fucking
Well,
frustrating
stop
because I
cursing.
really didn't do
I
it.
understand
She's
you're
upset.
upset,
She's
but
upset.
stop cursing. But understand that the truth don't need no defense. It only needs witnesses. So as long as you know the truth, that's
all
the
that
most
matters.
important thing. But the truth is, you just one of this man's hoes. Now, you need to ask yourself, do you just want to be one of this man's hoes, or do you want to be more to somebody? Because if you want to be more to somebody, then you need to go find that somebody, because it's not going to be with him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you went through that, mama. But take him
What
off
you
the
mean went
insurance
through it? She's
ASAP.
still going through it.
No, take him off the insurance ASAP.
He ain't
Is
cutting
Is he still on the insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you just another one of his hoes, man, and you know I think that you deserve better than that.
That's
But
right.
you know he did keep it 100 with you from the beginning. It's not like he lied to you.
Yeah, he didn't lie, and y'all didn't have a conversation. You just assumed because he moved in, but that was not a great assumption, obviously.
Thanks.
And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. 3-4 years of raw sex.
3.
You know what I'm saying? Him blowing in your bunkie. I know it got you a little open, man. But you know you deserve better.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, mama.
Have a great day.
Have a good day. Happy Monday.
Damn, man.
At least, pause it. At least, man, I like people that at least sound like they're in good spirits. Because I'm gonna be honest,
Man,
like,
she don't sound like she's gonna change. What are you talking about?
She gonna keep that man on that insurance. She's gonna
first of all, we're not here to be pessimistic. We're here to be helpful.
we heard it already. Like,
Listen,
if it sounded like she was gonna dump him, then it'd be one thing. But she cool with it.
okay, well, life is not all about giving advice to people so that they change. This is about giving advice so it's heard. It's like, you know. Anyway, so now that you've heard the facts, the moral, or you've heard the facts of the case, although this is a story we've heard time and time again, a woman, I guess, human falls in love with other humans still doing their own thing on the side and having multiple partners, and then one person's hurt because not only the person bringing issues, but also they're putting in way more commitment than the other person. What do you tell a young lady in this type of predicament? All right, well, young is subjective, but for all intents and purposes, a young lady. What do you tell them, Ace? Come on, your best piece of advice.
Is the advice she already knows. You need to establish what's going on from the jump. Now, of course, there's a question of, when exactly do you tell the person you want to be exclusive or whatever? I mean, in my mind, it should be pretty much the first conversation, but maybe I'm being unrealistic. But I mean, when you start establishing stuff, that should be one of the things, not just the logistics of the person moving in and getting on your insurance, but if they're going to be if you're going to be exclusive. I mean,
Now hold on. We all understand that everything in life is a process. It's not just binary. You turn the switch off. What if you are in, a space in which you're, talking to maybe multiple people, and then you start to bump into a situation where with one of those person's people, you start to actually build a higher level of connection. You expect them to cut off everyone, like off on the drop of a dime, or that can't be a process in which, hey, okay, I'm gonna start, dismissing
Give
the
him a
other.
treatment plan. You
I'm
gotta
just saying.
no, it is supposed to be an on-off switch.
No, absolutely
Oh,
no.
my
You don't.
God.
You guys don't
Yeah.
believe that.
Yes,
Dog, are you?
I do 100% believe that.
That's not realistic.
I think it is. I mean, I don't see why not.
Why you
People
do-
ghost each other. People
No.
ghost people
If
all
I
the
didn't
time.
know you better, Quest, I think that again.
Well,
I know you.
but
and
let's
I know
let's not make this personal just yet, but obviously I do have some experience with it. Well, first of all, are you promoting ghosting?
No, but I'm saying if people are gonna ghost each other, they can tell them, "Hey, listen, I know we were talking, but I found that I'm really connecting to this one person, and I want to, focus my attention and dedication to that relationship."
Okay, I can agree with that. But what if you had like plans already?
It's over, man. What are we
Well,
talking about?
we
What do
all
you
know
mean it's
International
over?
Players Anthem.
You
right?
have
We all
planned
know
to
that song.
cancel, like it's done.
First of all, relax. What do you mean it's done? What if you I had a plan to go on a trip with one homegirl, but I'm building a relationship.
You're not going on a trip. What are you
What do you
talking
mean I'm not
about?
going on a trip? We already put on
It's not hard. I
we
don't
bought the
You
we
make a
already bought
group
the plane
chat,
ticket.
you send a
Okay,
text and say that's it. What you mean?
try to get your
You
reimbursed.
canceled the
We've
trip.
gone through
A
that.
lot a lot of people don't get the non-refundable tickets. A
Hey,
lot of
well,
really.
That's tough.
sorry, you're
That's
out of
tough.
that. Like you're out the money.
I am. Here we go. I put in universe. Y'all are kind of like being a little too
We're not
unrealistic. You
going
don't.
on. So we're talking. You're trying to be exclusive
Hell
with
no.
somebody, and you
Hell
had a
no.
trip planned with somebody else.
Hell
You're gonna
no.
go on a trip where you could potentially get yourself. Come on, like what are we talking
Hell
about?
no.
Okay,
Hell
well, let's not hyper focus on my specific examples. Well, you could expand it out to just an outing or a date, or maybe you started to
Yeah, a
move.
date?
Maybe you
No,
started
we
to
don't
move
do
in
other
with this one other person, but now this other person is kind of getting your attention. So what do? You just go to that other person's house and take all your stuff up that one day? Like life, whether you guys want to like not acknowledge it or not, it's a process. Like you kind of remove yourself through relationships, or it's like a job. You put in your 2 weeks notice. Like you don't just go into the job one day and say, "I'm cleaning up my desk and see, peace out." You got to
Okay,
put in your
fine,
2 weeks
fine,
notice.
fine, fine. Maybe I'll give you that. There, you can work out a time frame in which the other person starts to cut the other people off. But I mean, it's something has to be established. Like that at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying.
I agree, and I actually
That's that.
100%. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No. I was just gonna say that in particular has to be established, not all the other stuff, but
I,
that.
I actually 100% agree with you. I like, and that's why I asked you because I'm 100% against ghosting, and I think people should be more, but also, people should have better communication to say, hey, this is what's happening in my life, and this is the direction I'm going. So this is the result of that. But the thing is, what if you want to hurt people's feelings? I think that's a lot of guys don't tell women. Starting to sound like one of those podcasts. The reason why is people don't tell the truth a lot of times because they don't want to hurt a person's feelings. So what do? What if you want to keep? What
Be a
if you want
man.
to be a man? Yeah, that is a part of being a mask. That is a part of being a man. Sometimes you got to tell that harsh truth. Um, Fair enough. Um, I think you kind of already relayed some of your sentiments, but what advice do you give to a person in this? I guess specifically a young lady, a woman in this predicament goes.
Man, I mean, she she already knows what she needs or what she needs to do. Honestly, it sounds like nothing that anyone says to her is
It's not
gonna do
about
anything.
what will and won't help. It's just your
All right.
best advice.
I don't know. I mean, probably just be the harshest truth that I think that she can handle, and it's if you are serious about this dude, then you need to have a conversation with him like two adults saying you need to get rid of X, Y, and Z hoes or we're done. And if he doesn't agree to that, if he's shaky on it, then you take him off your damn insurance and you cut
You
ties with
know,
him. And if you don't do that, then you're one of his side hoes. It's simple.
you know what's messed up. Um, and I wasn't gonna fault you guys for it, but one other way to look at this is like, at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable with the decision that you make. So, like they were kind of saying, or like you even kind of said, you could be a lot. First of all, we don't gotta call it side hoes. Like you could be in a relationship in which your significant other is not exclusive to you, if you choose that.
What else are we calling it? What else are we calling it?
You don't have to. Why does it have to be a derogatory term? It could just be
Because it's a derogatory state to be in. Like
Well,
I'm not even one to be like
it
abusing.
could be a guy that wants multiple wives, and that's the way.
Polyamory.
I'm
That's the
gonna
way
say the
it
same
is.
thing, bro. Like, and
A
I'm
guy that
not
has
even one
multiple
to.
wives, the wives are side hoes.
But that's different because in the situation like that, they're all in agreement, and I'm not saying
Okay,
I'm
so that's
not
what I'm
giving
saying.
my thoughts either way,
They
but
could
it's
make the decision for that to be the agreement.
yeah, but in her case, it's different because she is not happy with her situation and she wants him to change, and he's not doing it, and he's still running around on her, and she's
Fair enough.
just
You're all right.
chilling.
I was just saying, one could give them the advice that if you want to be in this position, you have to accept it and understand what everything comes with it. Now, going back to a point, I think one of us was starting to go into. Obviously, you don't do that unless it's a certain caliber of man. Like you don't be a wife, a sister wife. I don't even like some of these terms. Don't even sit right with me. You don't be one wife to a guy that can't even really handle one wife. And I think even though we don't know the status of this man, does it sound good that she's putting him on her insurance? Like if a guy's like that,
He's a
if guys,
bum.
well, I don't want to use the B word, but if a guy's like super well put together, he's not being put on anybody's insurance. So that's a red flag if you really think about it.
Yeah,
Good point.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, he's a bum. He's clearly a bum. If you're on anyone's insurance and you're not married to that person, and
I
you
don't know
ain't got
about
the,
clearly about. I think we need to know. We need to know a bit more facts about the gentleman to really give the deepest level of assessment. But it don't sound good.
well, he might not be a bum, but he's shady. I don't even want to say that. He's either super good at pulling one over on her and telling her what she wants to hear, or he's a bum.
He might just work a job where they don't have good benefits. You ever work a job that's really is good for you, but they don't have good
If
benefits?
I'm not married to that person or engaged, they are not getting on my benefits. I'm sorry, that ain't happening.
What is even the rules? And we need like an HR person in here. What's it like? You can just put anybody on your insurance like that?
That is kind of
As a
weird.
dependent, like what?
What did she list him as? Because that's just, I don't know. I never even heard of that.
Anyway, one thing that I surprisingly do agree with. I don't know if this is out of my character, but I do believe that the vast majority. I just believe a lot of women out there deserve better, and I think a lot of women can obtain that. You just have to, go into looking for a partner with a good head on your shoulder. Don't just go for the guy that sounds good, but is moving in with you, and you have to put him on your insurance. You have to. You can obtain that your quote unquote dream guy. You just have to actually, be ready to acquiesce with that. What that it comes with, but definitely don't settle for somebody and then do settling things for them because it sounds like there's a lot of settling going on in the situation, and it's going to lead to you now your other women coming to you, woman to woman, all type of dumb stuff. So yeah, the moral of the story is for the vast majority of what they're saying, Ace and Ghost are right. But unfortunately, like you guys were saying, I don't want to focus on that, but a lot of people don't listen. A lot of people have to bump their heads and go through things and maybe get some level of infections. And anyway, people gotta go through it. But we're stiff necked people, as some people have called us.
I mean, she's 34. She definitely went through it multiple times already. You know it. Like
Y'all mean tonight, kind of, or y'all on it tonight, but you're not wrong. Anyway, salute to the homegirl. We hope the best for you. If there's nothing else, we can move on to the next topic.